Hi everyone, I thought I'd just do a quick walkthrough to show you this current state of Gruyere because I'm pretty proud of it right now. Here we go, start it up. Okay, so a lot of things are going on right here. We have a few different layers that are being rendered. There's the starfield in the background. There's this vector text which is coming in over it. The vector text is actually about 20 actual different layers of text being drawn at different distances. This is all in OpenGL ES1. The zoomy titles that you see here, that's the current game state. Right now there's a simple game state engine that it basically has a concept of what the current state is, what the next state should be, and that's either triggered by a timeout, which is when we're in this mode here, the main menu, there's a 5-second timeout, and then it goes to the next state, which is the zoomy titles. The zoomy titles start far away and they come closer. When they get to a certain point right by the camera, it triggers the next state. So we're actually seeing two different ways to transition states here. We also have, let's see what other layers are running. There's the text down here, which is this kind of wobbly version number. That's another layer of the animation. Actually, here, if I pause, you can actually see that that text does not pause with everything else, which, see, there you go. You can't see it, but if I were to put this on a device, it would always keep up being up. That's probably going to stay like that for now, but that might change. I'm just experimenting with like the accelerometer right now for that. The pause button here pauses. The fast forward goes to the next state, so you can see there's only two states in there right now, and they connect to each other. The F here is another button that does a flash animation. So we got all of these different animation layers that are all kind of going at the same time. Also, these buttons are in another layer. They're it's their own. It's a GUI engine that I made, and they kind of keep track of themselves. So they're doing this little pulsating thing. That's not actually the same animation that's doing the text. It's its own animation. So, and there's a bunch of different widgets I have here. There's momentary switches, which is what these are. There is these, which are toggle switches, and these actually have a radio group associated with them too. These can be red, green, blue, white, yellow, all of the primary colors in their mixtures. The starfield engine has a concept of which generator you're using. So you can, right now it's just got one generator, which is this this standard stars moving, but there's provisions for doing different patterns of stars coming at you to try to make it as much like Tempest 2000 as I can. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is for a kind of tube shooter type game, which basically a Tempest clone, but with a lot of influence from Tempest 2000, but it's going to have more of the look of the original Tempest. Let's see. Oh yeah, Tim R resets the timer, so this main menu state is only up for 5 seconds, but each time I hit this, it resets that timer. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it right now. Oh, the stars are they're rendered with a slightly different hue. That's selectable too, so you can have different patterns of stars, but also different colors, so you could actually have them all red if you wanted to, or whatever. Much like this flash, there's a couple of presets in there right now for green, red, yellow, and white, and they're all different flash decay rates, and the decay rate is not actually a linear line from brightest to darkest. It's actually a cosine curve, just to make it a little smoother looking. Let's see what else. I think that's about it right now. Yeah. Oh, the pattern 0, which is what you're looking at here, is actually uses the same random seed each time. It has a fixed random seed, so every time you start it, here, let's oops. Every time you start it has the same pattern. So if you notice the way it faded in, the startup screen is actually a static screenshot of the first frame. So when you start it, it looks like that, and then it blends right into the other part. And the delay there's actually a state called startup where it's preloading all of the sound effects that you hear for the buttons here. And when that completes, it tells the state machine engine to switch into the zoomy titles. So yeah, that's it right now. I'm going to be flying in the ship and the tube rendering from my previous version of this, but I'm really happy with this, and it's really coming along quite nicely, I think. That's it. Oh, and I should mention that this works in the regular, the screen, the 320 by 480, but also in 640 by 960 for the Retina display, and also it does render full screen on an iPad at full frame rate, and it also does full frame rate on a first gen touch. So that's one of the goals of the project. So there we are. That's it. More later.